Hey, this is Cam with the West Central Montana Avalanche Center. We're down in the Southern Bitterroot today. Right now we're on a northeast aspect at 7,100 feet. So on our way up here, we traveled across a couple south aspects at upper elevation where we had some collapsing under our feet as we moved. Particularly those were in open areas where there was a buried crust about a foot and a half down. And we noticed those failures were happening on some small facets just above that crust. So that leads us to believe that especially in this area, we do still have a persistent slab problem at upper elevation on those more solar south aspects. What's more concerning though is these north aspects where we're at right now. So in our travels, we noticed a couple D2 sized natural avalanches likely failing a couple days ago during the peak sensitivity of that storm. And as we came over this ridgeline right here, we noticed that the upper part of this basin, just a little bit, probably 50 to 100 feet over, avalanche naturally, probably during that same cycle. So we chose to dig right here, and take a look at what it likely failed on. What we noticed is there's still a preserved buried layer of surface hoar, about a foot and a half down. And that's really sensitive right now. You know, as we were trying to isolate a column for an extended column test, our columns just failed on that layer, and that happened twice to us. So we weren't even able to do the extended column test just because within isolating that column, they're moving, they're popping right off and propagating. And so that leads us to believe that this layer, especially this surface hoar layer, is fairly sensitive right now. Really, the key takeaway from this is the importance of slope angle. You know, up there where it avalanched, it's in the low 30s, but right here we're in the mid 20s. And so when dealing with a persistent weak layer like this, especially surface hoar is a nasty weak layer to deal with. It can propagate real far, it can be real sensitive, and it can be somewhat tough to identify in the snowpack without really digging down and looking for it. If you do find it, really slope angle is your best bet on how to manage that problem. Stick to those slopes under 30 degrees. Those are really unlikely to avalanche with this problem. And as we're seeing, you know, even slopes in the low 30s are avalanching with this surface hoar problem. So with that, ski and ride safe.